Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aquarius. If Aquarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and let's see, what do these tea leaves have to say tonight? All right, so our card for this reading is the Six of Discs. And this has everything to do with success. So we have overcome some crises, maybe gotten our things in order. We are doing the dang thing. Okay. All right, so I want to start right in here. And we have, it looks like a person holding a bow, okay? And then it looks like we have an arrow, and it looks like it is going towards somebody, right? So I'm wondering, have you been out here trying to shoot your shot? Is there somebody you're interested in? Is there a little flirtation going on? And maybe this has to do with you're within your own marriage, a little extra flirting, romantic gestures, spending a little more time together. Or maybe this is somebody, maybe you're dating, maybe this is somebody new, maybe this is, I don't know, but it seems like you're kind of interested in having that love connection. And maybe you are just having like a big crush on somebody. Hello! Speaking of a big crush on somebody, here comes Pudgy. Well, thank you for visiting us, Pudgy. You want to come down on my lap? Come on. Come on, baby. There you go. Get your butt out of the way. Oh, okay, bye. All right. So, could be you are just having kind of a fantastical dalliance in your mind. But whatever it is, I feel like there is a sense of attraction here. And I think that this has to do with being in this place, this configuration of success, of things coming together, forward movement, right? I think that, when we're feeling good about, the core things of our life, when we are in a place of ease, emotion of abundance, hopefully accepting what was not meant for us, letting that go, we're creating better things. In that space left. That's the thing, And I see, and let me talk about this really quick. We have a person standing here. It looks like somebody is holding on to their ankle, okay? It looks kind of like a devil head, and it also looks like it has, maybe, I was going to say it looks like Capricorn, but I was wrong. It looks like Aries. Okay, so some kind of Aries person possibly in your life. Maybe you had been hanging on to them. They don't have to be Aries, but they could have some of the qualities of the ram, qualities of a devil as well. Maybe somebody that does not abide by social mores, the law. You know, maybe it was kind of a boundary stomper. But whatever, you know, whatever it was, I feel like you have clung to them in some way. Even if it's just like, you know, far away, you haven't spoken in many years, but you still hang on to that little inkling of hope that things might work out sometime. Like your lives maybe will converge once again and you'll get into that place of passion. But here's the thing. When we let go of that, what really is not for us, it's not for us, it's not for us. We create space in our life, in our temple, in our being, to bring in better things, to create better things. And I think that when you're feeling good, when you're cleansed of those old attachments, you let go of some of that stuff, we love, for some reason, and this spans all signs, all people, we love to hang on to those people who were not, I mean, they treated us like CRAP often, made us feel less than. For some reason, those are the voices, the people, the, you know, whatever moments in our life that we cling to, hold on to. That stuff becomes gospel. And when we learn to let go of it, purge it, you know, throw it in the fireplace, let it burn, there's a lot of freedom in that. And I think it opens us up to, yeah, have some of those romantic entanglements. Some of those, you know, thinking about whatever it is that you find attractive, some kind of crush on something, or a feeling of, you know, I don't know. I find myself, you know, and I love my husband very much, but sometimes I find myself very much in love. And usually, oh, actually today I had a moment of it, and I'll be very candid with you. There was, I was getting the mail, and I looked over and there was a tree that was, the wind was blowing it ever so lightly, and it was just raining down leaves. Beneath it, the grass had disappeared. It was all leaves. And I was in love. I was in love. I maybe would have left my husband for that tree. I'm kidding. But he noticed it too. So, you know, we both were like, wow, that's a beautiful moment. That is a very lovely, just kind of, you know, one of those gorgeous things that almost doesn't seem real, you know. But it was, and it was perfect time, no screaming kid. Everything was calm. It was a little cool, not too warm. Perfect. So when we kind of clear out some of this room in our lives, we have room for better things. We create better things. I recently have been on like on my yearly, I do a yearly social media cleanse. Sometimes it's for, you know, a month or two. Other times it's like, you know, it's been like 2 years or whatever. And I find that I am, you know, I'm still obviously on YouTube, but I'm off of Tumblr. I'm off of Facebook. Those are my main ones. So I have Reddit sometimes, but I only use that to like kind of if I have questions about something, I'm looking for some kind of answer. But I've been off of everything, and it's been nice. I've had more just more bandwidth for thinking, feeling less fired up about things, you know, whatever. Going down just long rabbit holes of nonsense. I'm still doing that, but just not on the social medias. So it's interesting, you know. I also always advocate doing a little bit of a sacrifice here and there, especially when we get the Hangman card. Then you have to, right? It's your duty to sacrifice something in your life. That could, you know, that's just maybe not that important. Okay, so this Aries person, huh? I'm interested to know if you have an Aries. Aquarius and Aries. It seems like I don't know, it kind of makes sense, I guess. Maybe not totally, but I could see how an Aquarius person would kind of be, you know, you would balance each other out maybe a little bit. It might be a little erratic. Kind of coupling. I don't know. You tell me, have you ever dated, been married to, had, you know, any kind of relationship with an Aries person? I'd like to know. How did that go? All right, let's see. We have, this one looks like a flower, but it looks like we have like some kind of little bird or something kind of eating at the bottom there. And ultimately, I think in this time where you are finding things aligning in your favor. I know we've had some hard readings in the last, you know, month and a half. I remember one, I was crying, I was sobbing. But, you know, I think that things are really coming around. You are pushing forward. You're staying in a place of making things happen. Okay, and I think that you've been really successful here. You know, you're finding your abundance. You are finding, I love in a certain rap song that I will not say the title of or who did it because, you know, I don't condone all of it, but there's this idea in one of this old rap song, and it is that the person he's talking about, he couldn't find work, so he made work. Okay, and what he's talking about, I'm not going to go into, but the idea always stuck with me. This concept of, I'm not going to let the world say no to me. Nobody's going to tell me what I can and can't do. You might try to limit how I get there, you know, put some roadblocks, throw some nails into the road. But you're not going to stop me. I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to get it done one way or another, you know. And this is the energy. This is your energy. Nobody, and let me say, nobody is going to stop you from what you want. Okay? And, you know, I think that there's a lot of, there's success in that. Of course, you know, the variables have to align. You know, we have to remember to stay in a configuration of resourcefulness, you know, and sometimes it's difficult. We have to humble ourselves. We have to, you know, do the things we don't really want to do, you know, and we all have, I'm sure. You know, speaking from somebody who's had all kinds of jobs that, or, you know, it's not even just jobs, just lived in really questionable places, you know, scraped by, eked it out. And, you know, I will always have that mindset, no matter where life takes me, because that's where I come from, you know. And I feel like, you know, that's really, in some ways, where you're at in your mind. And that's why you have pushed through. You're going to do what you have to do, and you're going to get things done. Nobody's going to rain on your parade here. Okay? Even though it looks like we have some rain here. So maybe there's a little rain. But listen, it's the cleansing, right? Somebody in a comment just said, being in the rain is a form of cleansing, because I think in the reading they were talking about, I was talking about, you know, using wind as a cleansing force. That's a big thing for me. When it's windy and I happen to be having a particular, like a hard day, having some anxieties, having some, you know, rage or whatever, go out and stand in the wind in like an open field or wherever. You cannot stay in that mode. It sweeps everything away from you. It cleans you out. Same as the rain though, too. You go out into that rain in your clothes, go jump in the puddles a little bit, be that silly adult out there having fun, get soaked. It will cleanse everything. It takes it all away. So here we go. We're in a place of cleansing. We're in a place of absolutely going for self. Okay? You're looking out for yourself. You're minding yourself. You're protecting yourself. You are providing for yourself. There's nothing that can stop you. Okay, and here we have, this one looks like a boar. So like a wild pig. One of my favorites. I don't even know where to start with it. I love them because they are unhinged, wild. Really, I mean, cute from a distance, but they're, you know, I've talked about in other readings, they're an invasive thing in North America. They were introduced, I think by the Spanish, maybe. And they've spread from, you know, I think maybe South America, maybe like in Mexico area. I can't remember exactly, but they've spread up all the way up into the northern parts of the country. In the southern parts, they're really thick in some places. And they, you know, they go buck wild, really. They're very protective. They're resourceful. They breed quickly. But they're just, I find them to be beautiful animals. And, you know, this is just kind of that same energy. It's not unlike kind of the mama bear energy as well, right? Just take no SH. None, right? So, you know, and this is in the emotional, but also the metaphysical in the rim here. So, not only are you really taking up for yourself in this physical space, in the emotional, letting go of these old things, okay, fortifying yourself, but spiritually, you're there. I mean, there is that brutal softness, right? You are a spiritual being. You are a loving, caring, wild, not to be messed with, beautiful, you know, spirit. And so you know, I think that I'd like to be in this place as well. I like it. Excuse me. Ugh. Along with those leaves falling, so is all of the other stuff. I did a lot of chores today, and I had my windows open through the whole house, airing it out. And now my allergies are just really going wild. Okay, so we have a little sailboat. We almost have another one here. So I feel like it's kind of a feeling of like a smooth sailing, but I feel like you are not alone here. I feel like this is maybe this has to do with that person that you are kind of, you know, kind of feeling a little bit, or maybe this is like a good friend. I feel like you're in a place where you feel secure to be yourself. You know, I feel like you just are kind of on the same wave, you know, going about your business together, feeling good, laughing, enjoying the weather. You know, nothing is going to disturb you, okay? There just seems to be a nice sense of camaraderie there. And, you know, I love this for you, and I hope that it is maintained. I truly do. You know, you may not always know your purpose, right? But you will. And, you know, these things shift, they change. They change. And that's the beauty of life. I've never understood this like glamorization of like a singular motivator in life. Or the thing that always makes me laugh is when people are like, oh, this kid knew what they wanted to be since they were like 4 years old, and that's all, you know, their whole life was about that. And I think, you know, that's cool. But my goodness, that seems so, I mean, so limited in some ways, you know? There's a lot of beauty in a very shifting life. There's a lot of beauty in somebody who is not always consistent. There's a lot of beauty in somebody who feels differently by the hours. I don't know. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of beauty in somebody who does, you know. They want to be a fireman. They're going to be a dang fireman. I mean, that's cool. I don't understand that, but you know, I guess. All right. So let's see. We're going to look at this one. Our lightness of being affirmation card, the earth element. And just gonna go ahead and stop where it feels right. And this is where it feels right. Is that an iris? We have a little fairy and blessing this beautiful, I think, iris, I feel like. Divine offering, serenity, kiss flowers, in joyous gratitude. Embrace a continuous celebration of your life. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. That's what that thing was doing with the little flower. I don't think I went any further with that symbol, but that's what it was doing. It was kissing the flowers to celebrate, what does it say, joyous life? Celebrate. To embrace a continuous celebration of your life. There we go. Celebrating. I like it. I'll kiss some flowers. They're all kind of over their peak right now. Although, you know what? My impatiens or whatever they're called, they are still thriving. And I remember last year, my basket of them, I was so in love with it. I tried to bring it inside to keep it going, and my cats absolutely decimated it. So what are you gonna do? Can't have any plants in this house. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say thank you, Aquarius. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And we know the algorithm rules the universe. So we like to give it what it wants, and that is engagement. Things like liking the video, watching the readings from the beginning to the end, sharing the video reading on other social media platforms. Of course, you don't have to do any of these things, but I appreciate if you do. You know, it just helps support the channel, and that's the best way to do it. Other than that, if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. Other than that, if you want to leave a comment, I read every single one of them, and I reply back to every single one of them. Sometimes it takes me a day or two to get back to you, just because life is busy for all of us, you know, and because I'm going through all of them, it does take a little time. Although I've been pretty on it for the last couple days, so maybe I'll be a little bit faster. I don't know. I can't promise anything. All right. I want to thank you, and we will talk in just a few days.